I was on a mission to help save the big cats of Africa. This is Jill Schensul, travel writer for NorthJersey.com. NorthJersey.com readers had voted to send me on a volunteer vacation, and I had chosen to join People and Wildlife Solutions, PAWS, a volunteer project working on the 55,000-acre Okanjima Reserve, a former cattle ranch in central Namibia. Remote? You bet. Where the heck is Namibia anyway? It's in southern Africa, next to Botswana, South Africa, and Angola. Ruled by South Africa until the end of apartheid, it gained its independence in 1989, and today is one of the least populated countries on Earth. To get there isn't easy. It took 3 flights to Windhoek, the capital of Namibia. From there, it was another 3 hours by car to Okanjima. The Hansen family has owned the Okanjima property since 1970, when it started cattle ranching there. Eventually, it turned from cattle to tourism when interest in the country started to grow after independence. Since then, they've been all about returning it to its natural state, to bring back the big cats who once roamed here. Namibia is home to approximately 25% of the world's cheetah population, for instance, although they and the leopards are still on the endangered species list.
In the wild, when Mum goes hunting, she hides the cubs, she makes a kill, and she uses the whistle to bring the cubs to her.
The goal of PAWS is to return the bush to its natural state. Some days were spent pulling up the fences erected more than 30 years ago, when the property was a working ranch. Today, those fences act like snares, snagging both predator and prey indiscriminately while they're engaged in life or death chases. On other days, we whacked sicklebush and cactus and other invasive species that grew up in the ruined habitats left by overgrazing cattle. These plants are useless to the native wildlife. They're full of dagger-like thorns and grow thick and forbidding. Getting rid of them was hard work. Thorns ripped our clothing and shot right through our boots and work gloves. But once these vicious species are gone, and if all goes well, elephants and lions may also be reintroduced. One day we went on a feeding run and got to see the cheetahs in action. Man, they are fast. The fastest animals on Earth, in fact. That's fast.
Yeah. Unfortunately, never going to get back in the wild. They're too old now.
How old are they?
Their age is about 11, average. When a cheetah only lasts for 8 years in the wild, and they've got to go through 2 years of rehabilitation, a 13-year-old cheetah is getting to be a slow cheetah.
Afternoons we went on game drives, sometimes tracking radio-collared leopard and hyena with a transponder rig. Other times we just drove around to see what we could see, and we saw everything, from giraffe and baboons to dik-dik, the smallest of the African game animals, to jackals and warthogs and weaver birds who create all sorts of lovely woven nests. Africat, a non-profit organization founded here in 1991, is home to nearly 100 cheetah, leopard, a few lion, and other animals who cannot be returned to the wild. And we did some of our drives in their enclosures. Here we met Portia, one of the cheetah who'd been orphaned when she was a baby. We were able to get amazingly close to her. We heard her meow like a cat and could just about count the whiskers on her muzzle, because cheetah are pretty adaptable to humans and a more domestic situation, unlike leopards, who remain absolutely dangerous and unapproachable close up. The living situation was about what I'd expected. It wasn't the Ritz, but while we did sleep in tents and most of our illumination was by flashlight, there were flush toilets and hot and cold running water for fabulous outdoor showers. There was also the occasional interesting visitor, and hard to believe there was Wi-Fi, which enabled me to blog. My fellow volunteers over the next 2 weeks were all way younger than me, but then who isn't these days? A week into our stay, the call came in from a farmer who had snagged a leopard. The familiar problem of wildlife and humans living too close to each other. We accompanied Dave Houghton. Dave tranquilized the roaring leopard with a blow dart. And then we set about taking measurements, blood samples, and checking the animal's general health.
66.
We put the leopard, still asleep, in a crate and drove him back to our home base, where he would stay overnight and then be relocated the next day. The cat apparently had other ideas. That night, he chewed his way out of the crate and released himself back into the wild. It was hard, yes. Every day brought new cuts and scrapes, splinters and aches. But then again, every day I did something I never thought I could do, never thought I would see, never believed I'd experience. Every day brought a new, oh, thank you, God, for letting me be here moment. This is Jill Schensul for NorthJersey.com.